Hello everyone. I recently received my YouTube play button without even hitting 100k subs. Well, isn't that great?
No, don't like that.
Putting joke aside, here's an intriguing project that features an ESP12F module controlling a custom PCB in shape of a YouTube icon with RGB LEDs. The idea behind this project was to create an illumination YouTube play button logo that I could display on my shelf as a joke about the possibility of getting a genuine play button and replacing this one in future. The WS2811, an addressable RGB LED controller IC, is coupled in parallel with 22 regular RGB LEDs on the board, which is manufactured entirely off PCB. All of these LEDs are being driven by SMD ESP8266 based development board called the ESP12F module. Let me explain how to construct this simple project. So let's get started. Here's the schematic that I've used in this build. This schematic consists of an ESP8266 board connected with the AMS1117 voltage regulator. 22 LEDs connected with an WS2811 IC is also there. Basically, the ESP12F module controls the WS2811 IC and the whole setup is powered through a USB port. After placing everything and finalizing the board, I send its Gerber data to PCBWay for samples. For this project, I use PCBWay's PCB service. On the PCBWay's code page, I uploaded the project's Gerber data. I choose to use a red solder mask and a white silk screen for this YouTube play button. Within a week of placing the purchase, I received the PCBs and they were of relatively high quality. They did an excellent job of producing this PCB with no faults at all. Despite the fact that the silk screen that I've chose is quite difficult to produce because it is completely random and asymmetrical. You guys can check them out if you need great PCB service at an affordable rate and lower price. The board assembly process began by first adding solder paste to each component pad one by one. Next, we pick and position each SMD components in their designated location. We begin first by adding RGB LEDs and WS2811 IC in their place. Then we add ESP12F module with the AMS1117 setup. Following that, we carefully lifted the entire circuit board and set it down on the SMD hot plate, which heats the PCB from below up to the solder paste melting temperature. As soon as the PCB reaches that temperature, the solder paste melt and all the components are connected to their pads. The PCB is now fully assembled. During the PCB design, I made some mistakes. It appeared that the ESP12F module has only 12 PWM pins. Yet IO15, a pin that isn't a PWM pin, is attached to the WS2811 IC's D-in port. Therefore, I have to remove the track that connects IO15 to the D-in port of the WS2811 IC and put a jumper between D-in pin and IO14 pin, which is a PWM pin. Did you know you can program an ESP8266 board with a Node MCU board? Node MCU has an onboard CP2102 chip, which is a UART chip for programming the MCU through TX and RX pin. Node MCU also have two transistors that put the ESP into the boot mode, which terminates the manual process of adding external buttons and pressing them during the upload process. Previously, I made a programmer that broke out these pins from the Node MCU board. The 3V pin, ground pin, reset pin, GPIO 0 pin, TX and RX pin. Before the main wiring, we add jumper between the enable pin of the Node MCU and ground. This will put the ESP8266 board of the Node MCU to sleep, and we can connect an external ESP8266 board with the onboard CP2102 chip. We connect the ESP12F 3V ground reset GPIO 0 TX and RX pin with the same pin of Node MCU. We plug the Node MCU programmer board into the YouTube play button PCB in the right order. Next, we open Arduino IDE and plug the USB into the Node MCU. We then go to the tool menu and select the board that is being used, which is in this case Node MCU 0.1 board. We select the right COM port and hit upload. Here is the code that is being used in this project. It uses Adafruit's NeoPixel library, which you need to install first before using the sketch. Here is the result of this build. A silly YouTube play button that looked fantastic. All that is missing is a border or a frame. Let me add that. That's better. I hope this project was fun. If yes, then do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you need any help regarding this project. All the code and other details about this project can be found on this project page. Link is in video description. And I'll be back with a new project pretty soon. Peace out.